Today I'm in North Yorkshire and I'm photographing one of our most iconic animals. I'm photographing red squirrels. This is an area where the exposure can be really tricky actually. The light's quite inconsistent, so you've got lots of light and shadow, high contrast. So it's just easier to use aperture priority, keeping the exposure compensation at 0. And then if I'm quick enough, just adding a bit of usually minus compensation, just to stop it overexposing. I'm shooting about ISO 2000, depending whether the squirrel's in the shade or in the sun. The exposure's varying from about 3/20th of a second to even up to 2,000ths of a second. I'm keeping the image stabilizer switched off, and if the shutter speed gets too low then I'll consider switching it on, but for the most part on the tripod I keep it switched off. Sometimes I'm getting a really dark background, so when that happens the camera will have a tendency to overexpose. So if you find yourself in a situation where the subject's really strongly lit but the background's very dark, then you always want to underexpose. So go for maybe around -2/3, -1, sometimes even more. So if I'm quick enough, if I'm seeing that situation, then I'm trying to underexpose by about -1. This could also cause a problem if you've got a lot of white on the subject. So the red squirrel does have that beautiful white chest, and if you do overexpose then it's going to completely burn that out. It's going to blow out the highlights. So it's worth adding a little bit of underexposure anyway, just to try and control those whites. Usually I keep the gimbal head fairly tight, but with red squirrels they're just so fast, I actually loosen it a little bit more. So both the tilting direction and the panning direction, I'll loosen it off a little more, just allows me to move a little quicker. I actually changed my focusing technique a little bit as well. So usually I'm someone who likes to move the focus point around. I like to use a top focus point aiming for the bird's head or the animal's head. With red squirrels, a lot of the time there just isn't time to do that. They're so fast, you have to be really quick. So I'll tend to use the middle focus point, try and track the squirrel as it comes in, and then as soon as it stops, lock the exposure on the head and then recompose and then take the shot. So when you get low down, I've got the tripod like almost as low as it'll go. When you get low down like this, it gets very uncomfortable to look through the viewfinder. You get a bad neck, which is why I often use one of these, which is an angle finder. So basically take the viewfinder off, the eyepiece, and then you slip the angle finder on. You can look through like this, and it is more comfortable as opposed to lying down and craning your neck up. Thank you very much for watching the video. If you haven't already, please click on subscribe, and if you click on the bell icon for notifications, you'll be notified of new videos every time they upload. So I hope you enjoyed the red squirrels. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time. I think he's a bit close.